Welcome to this overview of a review of literature. In other words, how can the work of others contribute to your project? First of all, the purpose of a lit review is to demonstrate your understanding of the field of study, identifying gaps in current knowledge and showing that you're building on work already done in this area, confirming that you have a good knowledge of your research area and that you are aware of key themes, topics, and debates, and also showing that you can scan the published research and spot valid and important studies. In addition, the purpose of a lit review is to inform and shape your action research project, establishing that your research is important, relevant, and up to date, identifying areas and resources you can use in your research, and demonstrating that you can make judgments and think critically about published research. Finally, the purpose of a lit review is to also prepare future readers to better understand the intellectual context of your study, exposing how and where your work fits into the bigger picture, highlighting different viewpoints, and acknowledging areas for future research. In a nutshell, you need to convince your readers that you have located, read, understood, and thought critically about the important published work on your topic. In terms of a literature review and its components, the first component of a lit review is a theoretical framework. The theoretical framework answers the question, what learning theories and theorists, for example, constructivism, zone of proximal development, Piaget, Bandura, and many, many others, how do they closely align with what you will be studying? A lit review also has a component that references research studies. What seminal, in other words, important and long-lasting research has been conducted in the past that helps to inform your study? How are current educational researchers exploring your questions, problems, thesis? And finally, a lit review also has a component called key philosophical debates. Every issue has at least two sides. How do professionals' beliefs about your question, problem, thesis reflect differing opinions about mathematics education? Some final considerations on a review of literature. It's important that you use formal writing with citations in this particular section of your capstone. Return to this section to fill in with information gleaned later in the process. You're never finished with your review of literature until you turn in your final copy. Typically, reviews of literature are 4 to 8 pages long. That also takes into account double spacing, typical font size, and typical margins. And also, a review of literature should have at least 10 to 20 published works that are cited. For your next steps, you should take the Socrative quiz, not for a grade, just for self-enlightenment, when the link is sent to you via email. You should also read and complete the review of literature samplet, which includes a very, very brief review of literature, not for a grade, but just for self-enlightenment, when it's sent to you via email. You should also go to the Learning Theory site with this website location to begin your hunt for the theoretical foundation to your study. And also, use Otterbein's libraries and accessing the EBSCO research database. That's an educational research database to search for published works, things about theories, research, and philosophical papers.